Matt!
He's pissing.
I want to hear you!
Listen for the hey you. The callback is don't mess with Texas, okay, Matt?
Okay, 3, 2, 1, hey you!
Don't mess with Texas!
Yeah, I mean, we knew that we still had a shot at making stage playoffs. Like going 1-3 in the first 2 weeks kind of sucks, but like those were all the best teams. So it's not surprising that we still had an opportunity to make it. It was kind of our last shot, but at the same time we can still make it, even though we lost a match. Like we were definitely like working extremely hard to get those wins, and hopefully we still will be in the next couple days for the Shock and Soul matches.
I think when we started going into the week against Valiant and Gladiators, we put a lot of effort in like practicing the map pool against Valiant, like a lot of effort into that, because we knew that like Valiant and Gladiators are both really good teams, but we always go one game at a time. We rarely think about the next game after, and we had like 12-hour days to prepare for Valiant, and like we put like insane focus and effort just making sure that our strategies are good against Valiant.
Everyone's in on the joke.
Because so like we peek and then I keep the space, but we peek with tanks to solve.
And you're supposed to dive me, not
I think Cool Matt is the best one to do it, because Cool Matt can like...
In-housing has actually turned out to be like absurdly valuable, I feel like. And it's because we can do repetition, right? So if you do a regular scrim for 2 hours, then you'll play a map, like make some huge mistake. Like say you're playing like Anubis and you just like horribly throw your defense, and then that's it. You can't do Anubis anymore for the rest of the block. Versus if you do an in-house, you make that horrible mistake, you just restart. You learn from it and then you restart. And then all of a sudden you can iron out all of the tiny little, like there's so many tiny little like intricacies to strategies that you have to iron out in order to play effectively. And in-housing lets you like just like rapid fire fix all of those issues, and then you have like a rock solid strategy when you actually go into a match.
Well, now that we have more staff and more players, it's easier to do 12-man in-houses, and like on top of that, like we have like obviously like A team and B team when going into an in-house, and usually A team wins, but B team still punishes us a lot in like mistakes we do, and they do so pretty well. So we can like play faster, and like the B team can play the comps that we might assume that the enemy team is playing, like our next match is playing, and I don't know, it's good practice.
Monkey kill me, monkey low.
I'm raising your records.
I'm going back toward main.
Yeah, having Koma height there was good. Links here. One thing is on this point, make sure that you die like early.
I've been looking for these huts for like weeks. I found them.
They've been at your desk?
I was like, father of the donut prince has been discovered.
My question is, what gives the donut king the right to be king?
Father of the prince.
Right.
Divine right.
Yes, divine right.
He killed.
Divine right of kings.
You're finding so many clothes.
I have a dog bowl in here. Oh,
Very expensive though.
It's on Ilios.
an Elgato.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know, I feel like playing against Valiant, we just like played our own game, you know, like we got good enough at the maps that we played that we were confident in ourselves, and we knew that Valiant weren't going to pull out anything crazy that we had to like particularly prepare for. You know Soon's going to play Widowmaker and Tracer, you know, if they have agilities in, they're going to play Junkrat or Pharah or something like that. So it's just like, we just like came up with compositions based on what players they have in, and just like played our own game better than they did essentially.
Houston!
It's worth it!
Even through that transcendence, she'll still should have an opportunity. Valiant is going to be used immediately.
Bonnie down already. There goes Muma. Great start for Valiant here on the point B attack. Agility's making that blade work, and soon with the cleanup, Valiant nearly has this one already. They lost Custa, or Kareev and Custa though, so no supports.
Yeah, but they lost both supports,
That's not
Noah,
gonna
so
happen
the Primal
now.
Rage actually is a misplay there.
But now the Transcendence comes in with Kareev, and Agilities has one last Dragon Blade to try to put together a win here on B for Valiant, but it's gonna be tough. Has to get away from that self-destruct, dodges over the wall, overtime, deep into it now, but Valiant starting to pull ahead in this fight. Fuma, Primal Rage, trying to use it to just push Valiant off, and they do. As soon backing off, they're gonna keep chasing, and Linkser gets two. Jake gets one as well. Good start for Houston. Great start, in fact. Here we go. Linkser pulls it out, going in. 2 kills already. Well, just the mech, and now it's gonna be 2 kills. Custa, he gets back to spawn. That's big, but it doesn't matter. They gotta dodge the tire. Tire coming in, he gets KSF. Oh man, he was just waiting for it. Now Valiant fighting for their lives here, but they lose the mech. Gonna be putting together nearly a full hold here, only giving up those 2 ticks, and I don't think Valiant can take this one. For overtime ticking, can they get there? No, they can't.
So this slow roll hasn't really worked, but now it will.
Dear.
Linkser with a quick 2K.
All right, Linkser's like, you know what?
I'm tired
done
of
with
this.
Blizzard World. Yeah, let's move on to halftime here, because I don't think there's any chance for Valiant to hold this one now. There goes Space, and it's only a matter of seconds. Kareev is the only one close enough to the point, and he's not gonna get there. Yep. That's gonna be huge.
Overwatch League isn't about being good in scrims or even winning scrims. It's about being happy when you make it to the stage.
You're just yelling Texas hard.
It's our word. It's
It's our war cry, Texas. And when we say Texas, it means you're winning. It's like we're gonna win if you just join me. Join me in battle. Every single Texas. Just Texas hard. Texas hard.
It was a good call.
The fate is only some standing for the team. So if the fate dies of fast, it's just the team is.
Matt,
He's pissing.
I want to hear you.
Listen for the hey you. The callback is don't mess with Texas, okay, Matt?
Hey, 3, 2, 1. Hey you!
Don't mess with Texas!
And it looks like they may now even win. Custa gonna get chunked by a pulse bomb, but not killed. And Agilities, as he returns to the fold, is gonna pick up the majority of these kills. So that's a massive win for the Valiant. We're gonna be brought back up, and now it's Linkser posted on the point, but they still haven't capped. It's 99% for the Valiant.
I mean, there's a lot of members of Valiant around to keep delaying this one. They've got 99%. Still in overtime, and Agilities can put this round away with the Dragon Blade if he gets in there, and he does. Onto Bonnie, getting the kill on Naracus as well, and that should be the exclamation point on the end of this sentence. I mean, I'm surprised Linkser isn't going for this fight.
Oh, they just blew Space off the side with a whole hog.
Yeah, that's something Houston Outlaws want. Soon just trying to die on point, delay. He's going to go in. That's going to be Houston flipping. Close range Widow. You don't see this happen every day.
Soon just running around the pillar right now.
What?
He just
Where'd he
left.
Go? Oh, Soon. Oh, he got pulled off the edge. Muma got him with the halt. Linkser needs some big picks here. Oh, and he gets Soon. He gets Fate as well. Supercharger down, and that's going to be Houston claiming the point.
Valiant will rely on the pulse bomb and the barrage.
Oh, he got stuck.
Great stick.
Yeah, that was a big one. Valiant needed to get that kill. Agility's down, though. It's still a 5v5, but Houston without their Reinhardt, and he had his ultimate. Houston Outlaws just needs a bit more, and they will take it. They win the poll, and they will win this match as well.
Let's go! We needed that win.
But so far, so good for Valiant here. The res comes in on Agilities, and it's only Jake once more, and that's going to be point B taken for Valiant. They've got 25 seconds about remaining, and there's a hook onto Jake. Kareev with a big one there, a nice shot. Can anyone else get that? Bonnie tries, he goes in.
Throw the bodies at the cart.
That's right. Valiant gets one map win out of this one, so they will come away with a 1-3-3.
Yeah, I think the winning against Valiant is a good reminder to our team that it's we need to work in certain way and like work to certain like not certain hours necessarily. I don't think we have to have such a long days, but I think it's a good reminder that we can turn our like weaknesses into strengths, and like we just need to be consistent in what we do to be able to win on maps that we might have lost like 90% of the time. I don't think there's like a magic recipe that will make a team better apart from like practicing well and just owning up to the mistakes and just like trying to improve from them.
As always, like practice makes perfect, right? Like the more effort we put in, the better we get. And I think that the introduction of in-house scrims kind of renewed everyone's vigor as well, just because it felt like we were making a lot of progress off of in-house scrims. Whereas, you know, sometimes if you have bad scrims or you have like not very productive reviews and stuff like that, you kind of get demotivated because you're not really improving that much. But the in-house scrims really like reinvigorated everyone's passion. So I think that that like made a big deal in terms of having us work harder because we actually wanted to, because we were actually having like results that mattered.
Puma, new uniform?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, Outlaws fans. Dragons number 1.
Okay, maybe number 2. Okay, I'm sorry, Dragons number 2, but Guguri number 1.
I said he looked weird.
He's so young.
So different.
He's a baby.
Right?
The Overwatch League is killing us.
Wait, the Overwatch League has changed. It might just be because he has no beard there. Was he?
No, I have seen him without a beard recently, and dude, he looks so young. There's no wrinkles.
It's like when you see before and after pictures of like your presidents. It's like, it actually looks like they're all dead.
Dude, this job is kind of like being in space, because when you go into space,
Look, you can see like it's just look.
He's old man.
Just so
Don't mind if I do.
That's why I said it. Thank you. Don't mind if I do. We actually don't sound like wait. No, it looks like a jersey, right?
Thank you. Hopefully you guys are
Hey guys, Scott. Signed by the team.
The whole
Don't
team?
put him on focus. Don't put him on focus.
Don't listen to this scrub.
Don't put him on focus.
Now that's new. If you wear that, I can
my god.
Okay, so you're gonna do have a shirt for you.
I kind of hear it.
Yeah. And it says like the best thing on the back.
You're so
But you can't feel like way because I put your name on it. Yeah, we already are.
Wait, hold on, let me get this straight. You're giving me something and telling me I can't throw it away?
Yeah, it's not yours anymore. It's ours, but we're just lending it to you. We're letting you borrow it forever. Yeah, and you're gonna sign mine.
Burning things is a freedom of speech.
You have to wear it at least once.
I don't have to do anything. If we want to get real technical.
Going into that week, we had 8 different maps to play, right? We had 4 maps against Valiant and then 4 different maps against Gladiators. So we knew that we had to do a lot of preparation in order to be good on all of those maps. And we kind of just like, because it takes so much effort to get good on all of the maps, we kind of just hoped that like our previous experience and skill on Junkertown would carry over and kind of carry us to victory. But obviously it didn't. I think Valiant prepared really hard for Junkertown because they knew it was one of our best maps, and we ended up not preparing for it at all. So we like lose really, really badly. So that felt frustrating because it should have been an easy 4-0. And all we had to do was like maybe put in like just a little bit of practice onto Junkertown, and we didn't. So that was a little frustrating. But you know, there's only so much you can do. You know, like if we put more preparation into Junkertown, maybe we lose a different map. It's all hard to say.
Okay, me. If I was to normally some Genji without some ladies without some covering some passive.
Pushing. I'm in Beaston. Diva's half. Alright.
Or one.
The Torp's good on second, but you have to just switch your whole comp, so it's not worth it.
They have a widow, so they can't beat it.
I think not only that Gladiator is a very strong team, and it's really punishing to play against them because they have a very set like tempo, and if you like fall there, you will get punished. And we knew mostly what they were going to be doing because of all the scouting we managed to get on them. But we kind of failed in preparation to know what we do against what they want to do on some maps.
So maybe it felt like we prepared too much for Valiant, but I think it really just comes down to the fact that we were weaker on the maps against Gladiators than we are against Valiant. And as much preparation as we could do, it didn't really just turn out to be enough, essentially.
3, 2, 1, come!
And take it! They're still fighting for it. Ooh, there's a big one. Raucous and Bonnie both down. The Gladiators with a chance here. Links are down, but that's going to be it. So Gladiators do take 2 points. Bishu, though, and also Fissure a little bit separated from the rest of their teams. Asher there, but no supports. The supports couldn't get there, and the tanks just fall immediately. Houston crushing that fight. Houston Outlaws, can they finish it? There's a big EMP in for Surefour right now. Jake gets the kill on him anyway. They've nearly got it, they do. Looking for targets, trying to find somebody. Shaz pops a Transcendence, keeping everybody alive. Do that Genji ultimate, and now Asher and Surefour come in. He went deep, he's down, but the kill's coming in for Gladiators. Remember, all they need is to be a battering ram. They just need that single tick to win the map. Finally killing Jake. Rez coming in on Jake.
Pulse bomb.
Nice pulse bomb on Bonnie.
Right during the Valkyrie, that is a huge play, Noah.
Shaz kills Jake, and now Gladiators can go back in. They dealt with the backline threat. Coolman a little bit low on the mech, and yeah, that's gonna be That's gonna be point B. And Surefour gets Jake actually with the Venom Mine. Shaz brought back into the fight. Bishu there on the point, cleaning up some of the squishier members of Houston. Oh, Bishu's got to stay alive though. They can't let him get demeched immediately here. Transcendence comes in. Gonna have to be, careful. He barely misses the pin on Nabani, but he gets him back in the back room. No Guardian Angel. Just drawing back the members of Houston. It does take pressure off the point a bit. It does expose Bonnie. Both Mercies down now.
Look at the compositional. Gladiators has changed to a triple tank for this defense, and the reaction is going to be a Torbjorn.
That's right. Jake on the run now, but he can't run fast. Oh, and that's a double kill. Gotta run quicker. Meanwhile, Jake building as fast as he can.
And this is the first time Torbjorn has been played.
Yes. Blinks are a bit on his own, gonna get ran over by Bishu. And now Asher with Coolman taken down.
Just tried to blink.
Like, you can't, you can't be like, repush, I'm rezzing. That was like a huge feed. That was like mega feed.
He said that was a big throw. He knew it was a big throw.
Yeah, but like stuff like that is like, but it wasn't just that. It's like you called let's get grabbed, I have trans, and then you called I'm bleeding. It's like half the team backed up, half the team went in. Like, pick one.
I think it was very worth it. Our second point was very good, and it put them on a bad comp.
That wasn't the main. 3, 2, 1.
Reverse! Almost done with it. He's going to try and play the ball.
Oh no! Linkser did not get the sound barrier. It's going to be a 5v6 as Houston tries desperately to take the point. Already 98%, 99 now for the Gladiators. There goes Clockwork, no DPS, and I would say nearly no chance for Houston. Big Goose brings back Asher. They've got the advantage now, and Muma pops that Primal Rage to try to just zone a lot of the Gladiators out. 99% Gladiators have brought it all the way back, but can they hold it? Can they win this last fight? Shaz goes in with the Transcendence. Meanwhile, back on the point, Houston Outlaws scrambling to keep trying to take this one, and Fissure has a Primal Rage. Can anyone get back? Bishu can reach the point, it seems like. They've got the Doomfist, no. Shaz down as well. Clockwork coming up big. Point gets the kill on the Bishu either way with that right click, and that's going to be Fissure eliminated as well. Houston will get their control percent going early.
That is what they needed to stay in this one, because it's put them within one fight.
He is back, man. He has been dominating Surefour. What a shot on the Asher, and there's the disrespect. Can he remake though? No, he goes in. There's a not stick onto that, but he does push Bonnie towards a little bit of damage from that. Linkser, meanwhile, cleaning up the fight in favor of Houston. Muma comes back alongside of Raucus.
He saved that Primal Rage until the very end to clean up this fight, Noah.
Surefour ducking and weaving, trying to go back towards the health pack, but he can't make it. Houston Outlaws, meanwhile, back on the payload, winning the fight handily, and they'll finally take A. And now it's only Bishu on the point right now. Fissure trying to keep zoning people. They gotta get back there.
You have to get on the point.
No! But Bishu gets Muma. There goes the mech on Coolman as well. And Gladiators coming up big. Not gonna work, and that's gonna be City Center.
Now it's the desperation push. Linkster's gonna demech Bishu, but they have a sound barrier.
99% for the Outlaws. They're on the verge of tying this one up. Houston winning this fight, dominating this round, and we are going to Gardens. Shaz with the Coalescence, he's gonna use it. Oh, but nice flashbang. Gonna get denied here, heals himself, but Houston Outlaws will finally flip the point. Shaz though, damage onto Bonnie, that's a problem. Full support's down, the Gladiators may have it. Links are out of it, OT ticking away.
That's gonna be it.
The LA Gladiators.
I think it's just because how our league is. It's a very time-limited league. You don't have 5 days to prepare. You might have 3 for the first one and 1 for the second one. You like some way you have to balance the preparation in terms of like you have like 3 days match, off day match, and you think that okay, 3 days for the first map is the 1 day enough for the second, and I think that's how you're gonna have to figure it out. But that's something that we are still working on a bit. I think the coaches are definitely getting better at like managing those days and like still having the similar amount of preparation to each of the opponents. But for the players, it's very hard to practice the same amount of time and you have like less hours to work with. So somehow we need to like implement the same amount of strategy in 2 games when the ratio of practice time is 3-1. It's hard.
I mean, I think we're just gonna keep improving ourselves. We definitely want to win against Shock and Seoul this week. We're not underrating either of the teams. Like Shock has been really good recently. They're not like a bottom tier team anymore. You know, like they're contenders for like playoff spots essentially if they can do well enough. So we're going to be preparing for them, improving ourselves so that we can actually beat them. Going forward, we're just going to keep improving our weaknesses, and then maybe next meta we'll have a more favorable meta anyway, and maybe we can do even better off of that. But yeah, that's all we can do really.